Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yes, we are.
Aye.
It is true. 50 geography facts most people get wrong. It's been a while since we've done a video like this.
And I love geography.
Yeah, I wonder what these are.
Geography's my strongest subject, I would say. Either that or football.
Yeah.
Or sport in general.
I'm not that great with geography, to be fair. I'm not bad at it, but I don't excel at it whatsoever.
Same. I'm not expert or anything like that, but yeah, wonder what this will be then.
I think it's
Largest island.
I don't know.
Get that wrong?
I don't know, but we have done a similar
springs to mind?
like geography facts thing a while ago.
Yeah,
And
we
it's
did.
one of them where you just always took for granted that something was a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, it's nonsense. Let's
have a
check it
look.
out. Yeah, let's do it. 50 geography facts that most people get wrong.
So here are the 50 biggest misconceptions about geography. When it comes to geographical facts, there are many discussions and doubts. Today we are going to clear up those doubts. In this video, we're clearing up 50 geography facts that most people get wrong. Now, before the video starts, I would like to mention that these facts are based on what most people think. So I know returning viewers probably do know these facts. Now, let's begin. The first one is that Great Britain and the United Kingdom are not the same. Yes, guys, some people still think it is. Just like Holland and the Netherlands. Despite popular belief that the Netherlands and Holland are the same, it's not true. The Netherlands is divided into 12 provinces, of which 2 are called North and South Holland. So next time you're going to Amsterdam inside North Holland, which is in the Netherlands. Another fact about the Netherlands is that there are more places besides Amsterdam. Yes, really. The Statue of Liberty is in New York, is not part of New York. Geographically, it is on the New Jersey side of the state boundary, and is even on the New Jersey Register of the Historic Places. The capital
Did you know that? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
So far, I knew that about Holland because I lived in Holland.
Yeah,
I
So
knew
I knew
that.
that, yeah.
I knew that.
I like the Statue of Liberty one because there's someone from New Jersey that's winding up someone from New York about
Yeah.
that.
It's in New Jersey.
And the UAE.
of the United Arab Emirates is not Dubai, it's Abu Dhabi. The capital of Turkey is not Istanbul, it's Ankara. The capital of Brazil is not Rio de Janeiro, it's Brasilia. And the capital of Canada is not Toronto, it's Ottawa. Now the next fact was a misconception made by me in another video. Florida is the southernmost state of the United States. It's actually Hawaii, which is further south than any other state. Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean Sea and is not a country on its own. It's a territory of the United States. Just like Bali is an island in a province of Indonesia and not a country on its own. Now, on most maps, Greenland is 3 or 4 times smaller than Africa, while in reality it's closer to 14 times smaller. On some maps, and I must say shockingly, many maps, Greenland is even almost as big as Africa. Texas.
I've always wondered that because whenever you see a map, Greenland is
It's
like
massive,
the size
isn't
of
it?
the
Yeah.
whole of North America, pretty much.
Yeah.
isn't
That's
it?
not a country neither, is it? It's owned by Denmark.
Is it? I didn't know that.
You did, I told you the other day.
Yeah.
I don't retain
I was
information.
just saying that's why I know it, because you mentioned it the other day.
And here's another geography fact.
Go on then.
There's only 3 capital cities beginning with the letter O.
Oslo.
Ottawa.
Oh, you got 2. You just told you.
Yeah.
Ulaanbaatar.
No, that's you.
Oh,
Ulaanbaatar.
I thought I was being clever then.
Got somewhere in Africa.
I'll let you think about it. I'll tell you at the end of the video. Max is turning around like he knows.
Oban.
No, Oban.
Oman.
What is that?
I don't know. Just thinking
Muscat is the capital of Oman. Oman's a country.
Right. Save that for the end. Don't forget.
No.
Texas is not the largest state in the United States. It's
Alaska.
Alaska, with a size of 1.72 million square kilometers, over twice as large as Texas. Many people assume that there is 1 time zone on Antarctica, while in fact there are actually 9 time zones. According to the UN, there are 44 countries in Europe, but counting every country that's situated for even a small part in Europe, there are 50 countries including Turkey, Cyprus, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia, and Kosovo, which is recognized as a country by 98 UN member states. The World Health Organization also counts Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan as Europe, meaning Europe has 54 countries. One assumption of people is that penguins live in the North Pole, but they actually don't. The furthest the penguins go north is Peru, so they don't come close near Santa as many would like to think. Any images of penguins and polar bears hanging together are, once again, bogus. Polar bears live only in the North Pole, and so they would never meet unless it's in a zoo. Did you know Colombia is almost twice the size of France? The size of Colombia is 1.14 million square kilometers, and that of France is 644,000 square kilometers. Most people think Colombia is small, but that's probably because it's just next to Brazil. The Mississippi River is the longest river in the United States is an assumption made by many. It runs through 10 states. There is, however, a river 138 miles larger, which is the Missouri River. Just like the Nile is not the largest, it's the Amazon River. Did you know that not everyone in the world agrees with there being 7 continents in the world? A more typical division in Latin America is 5 continents, with America combined and Antarctica removed. Now, the United States borders more than just Mexico and Canada.
That's an interesting one, that, though, isn't it? Because it shows you how what you're taught, where you're from, can change.
Yeah.
So it's like there's 7 continents, and then you go somewhere and they go, no, there isn't.
Yeah.
We don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you grow up.
I was educated on
learning that-
5.
Yeah, you do.
Were you?
Hmm?
So what was missing was
Yeah,
all
same
of the
here.
Americas one continent, like
No.
they just said.
North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Asia.
Yeah.
And then they had Oceania that eventually sort of popped its head in, which is also known as Australasia.
Yeah, I
It
do.
turned from
yeah.
Asia to Australasia, and then it turned to Oceania.
I
Yeah.
learnt it as Australasia when I was in school.
Mm.
That's why when we did one the other day, they said Oceania. I was like, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Combined and Antarctica removed. Now, the United States borders more than just Mexico and Canada. On the map, it looks like it only borders these 2, but in reality, part of the country is next to the Bahamas, Cuba, and Russia. If you count overseas borders, they do have more than Mexico and Canada. Between the United States and Canada border, you don't always need a passport to cross if you're taking the Detroit-Windsor border tunnel, which connects Detroit, Michigan to Windsor, Ontario. Now, most of you will probably know this, but despite laying next to Morocco, the Canary Islands are politically seen part of Spain. Although deserts are known to be dry and sandy, it can actually snow, and I'm not talking about Antarctica, which is also a desert, but in the Sahara and the Gobi, frost is fairly normal and snow is not excluded. Most people associate Australia with hot, dry weather. However, the Australian Alps get on average more inches of snow than the famed Swiss Alps. Now, most regions on Earth receive some rain. The dry valleys of Antarctica, on the other hand, receives no rain or snow. They haven't had rain in about 2 million years.
Wow.
A fact most people get wrong, including myself, is that Africa is the largest continent in the world, while it is actually Asia. Africa has a size of around 30 million square kilometers, while that of Asia sits around 44 million, or 30% of the world's land area. Now, at the end of the 19th century, every country in Africa was under European rule. Or was it not? While most of the continent fell to the terrors of colonization, Ethiopia was actually able to stave off lasting European rule. Respect to Ethiopia. Did you know that New Zealand is not as close as to Australia as many think? The distance between the two is around 2,000 kilometers. Fun fact is that London in the United Kingdom is actually closer to Russia than New Zealand to Australia. The next misconception is created by the cartoon movies about Madagascar. While watching as a kid, you would probably never think about the geography, but you do probably still think as Madagascar to be a wild land with no humans. However, it has roads and cities and everything you can expect from a place with people.
Had roads and cities and everything.
I know. I did watch a David Attenborough documentary about Madagascar years ago.
It's a big ass country.
But
Yeah.
he basically said so much, like the nature documentaries are filmed in such a small area now because so much of it's been flattened for farmland.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you make it look exotic because you're pointing the camera that way, but you turn the camera that way, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a bit of a travesty.
Yeah.
what's
Like
going
many
on.
places when they advertise to go to the what you were talking about the other day, go
The
to
pyramids, yeah.
We all know that Russia produces the most oxygen, but most of the people don't know that oceans account for half of the oxygen we breathe in. So it doesn't all come from trees. The Maldives are believed to be a beautiful piece of nature, and it is. However, not all the islands are nature, since some islands are human-made as precaution for climate change. The US dollar isn't only used in the United States. There are other examples like Ecuador. Contrary to popular belief, English is not the most widely spoken language. It's Mandarin Chinese, which has 1.1 billion native speakers. English has only 527 million. Many people think the Earth is a perfect sphere. The Earth, however, is not perfectly round,
flat.
but it is an irregularly shaped ellipsoid. While I was searching for information, I encountered multiple websites saying there are many people who think Canada is the largest country. Now guys, be completely honest with me, but is there anyone who still thinks it is? Comment if you thought Canada was the largest. We won't laugh. Mexico is many times believed to be the south of the United States. Now it shares the south border, of course, but did you know there are 11 US states that are more south than the northernmost point of Mexico? So is it really south?
That made you jump.
It genuinely did make me
Loud, wasn't it?
I just saw you jump out the corner of my eye.
I was hoping no one noticed.
No need.
Fucking hell. It's the relaxing music in the background, and then just.
Most people think of Egypt as an African country. It is, but it's also for a part in Asia. Here's the small part that's in Asia. Afghanistan and Pakistan, although being believed to be in the Middle East, are not in the Middle East. The easternmost country is Iran. The next one is about the Dead Sea, which is often referred to as a sea, which seems logical since it's also in the name. It's, however, a saltwater lake. If it was a sea, it would have been a sea below sea level. Yeah, that's not possible. Now, it is commonly considered that landlocked countries do not have access to the sea. Some landlocked countries, such as Bolivia and Paraguay, do, however, have navigable rivers and ports on international waterways. On the map, Russia is larger than Africa, while Russia actually has a size of around 17 million square kilometers, while that of Africa, as previously discussed, is 33 million. Still, while it's 2 times larger, literally all world maps think otherwise. Basel, Geneva, and Zurich are not the capital of Switzerland, it's Bern. The capital of Australia is not Sydney, it's Canberra. China is a massive country with several time zones. The entire country, however, adheres to a single time zone. This means that in some parts at 8 AM it's light, while at some parts it's still very dark. Brazil is larger than the continental United States. Alaska is just too big. Africa is not the driest continent. It's actually Antarctica, since it's counted as a desert, and a desert means a dry place. Norway has the second longest coastline behind Canada. Many people assume it's the USA, China, or Russia. Norway, its coastline is 101,000 kilometers. I earlier said English is not the most spoken, but would you believe me if I said it's not the second too? In fact, Spain is the second most spoken language. Did you know Florida is not the closest state to Africa? It's Maine, which is 1,000 miles closer. The next one is about the pyramids of Giza, which are believed to be in the middle of the desert, but are actually just next to Cairo, and it's relatively easier to visit them than many people think. And already the last fact of this video, the largest pyramid looking at volume is not in Egypt. In fact, it's in Mexico. Great Pyramid of Cholula. It stands 177 feet and it covers 45 acres. So these were the 50 geography facts most people get wrong. Did you know them all, or were you surprised by some facts?
Go on then.
One he got wrong, it's called Canberra, not Canberra.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the third capital city beginning with O?
Anyone at home? Ouagadougou.
Ouagadougou. I never would have got
In
that.
Burkina Faso.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Burkina Faso used to be called Upper Volta. That's your geography lesson.
Did it,
for today.
did
there
it
you
still
go.
have the same capital city?
did.
Right, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe you should make videos about geography facts.
I don't think people want to listen to me talking geography.
Have
I'm
some
a proper geography nerd.
have some random sound effects in the middle of
Yeah.
it to scare people to death.
Yeah. Must admit the New Zealand one surprised me. It's
What, the
like
distance?
2,000 kilometres away from.
Yeah.
That I was surprised at that. I must admit, I thought it was a lot closer, but
I think because the way maps are drawn, the perspective changes, doesn't it, as it gets
Yeah.
closer up
Yeah.
there? Because
Yeah.
like the size of the island is proportionate to the size of the planet going
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So that's why I thought Greenland
That's
was
what Greenland's
absolutely
probably
massive.
massive,
yeah,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
here.
Interesting, that
Surprising.
though.
But as long as you know roughly where they are, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some good ones in that. Really good.
Hope you guys enjoyed that too. Don't forget like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.